What's going on, vendors? Mike here with 720 Vending. Today I'm doing a video on a power supply swap on an LAI Games stack and grab. This is one of my latest machines. I've been working on repairing it. I lately found out that there is a fluctuation in the power supply causing issues with my credit card reader. So check this out. I'm gonna go ahead and do the video. Let me know how you think of it. Like and subscribe. So guys, here is my LAI Games stack and grab. It's the marquee up here is sitting up on top. It wouldn't fit in my garage with the marquee attached. But you've got all this down here. You've got my credit card reader, my bill validator, the coin mechanism. Got to patch that hole before it goes out on location next week. But the problem I'm having is back here. And what's going on is the 12-volt power supply keeps fluctuating. And with that fluctuation, the credit card reader is not working properly. So I'll put those on the 2 positive points right there. That's on the 5 volt, sorry. So it keeps bouncing between 12.6 and like 11.7. Right now it's at 12.8, which is too much. The adjustment screw that is down here on the bottom of this device, on the bottom of the power supply right here, isn't functioning anymore. So I've got to change the power supply out. And I got one of these Belize 5 and 12 volt power supply. It's a switching power supply meant for arcades, so it's perfect for this machine as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to shut it down by shutting the power switch off over here. And just for safety, I'm going to unplug it as well. So what I've got to do now is I've got to get the old power supply out. And it's just held in with 2 screws. So here's one screw. And then here's the other. We're gonna get these out of the way. You've got your big transformer here. This provides your 48 volts for your claw, your motors. This is the big transformer for the whole thing. You got the big capacitor here. Everything up here runs on 12 volts, 12 and 5 volts. So like all the displays, the display, the buttons, the credit card reader, the coin mech, the bill validator. Well, the bill validator runs on 110 volts. But, so I'm going to disconnect the power supply here. And then I just got to get this up and out of the way here. So what we have right here is we have a Mighty Power supply. An MP20130. I do believe this is the original power supply for this machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap it out to the upgraded version. Had a nice heat sink on it, power supply, everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this one prepped. It still has the exact same setup, except the AC is at the bottom, so you get your line, neutral, ground, your 5 volt positive, a pair of grounds, the 5 volt negative, which is not used, and then you got your 12 volt positive up here. But we are going to go ahead and get started on this. We'll start getting these disconnected. So you got your yellow for your 12 volts, your red for your 5 volts, black for your ground. They have a loop going between the ground for the machine and the ground for the electrical and the ground on the power supply. Then you got your line and your neutral. So your neutral is your blue, your line is your brown. So let's get all these loosened up here. That way we can get them attached to the new one. Oh, are these all loops? Yes, they are. So, if they are not like forks, you're going to have to remove the screws all the way to get the screws out. Keep tabs on where you put the screws. You're not going to need them, but you want to know where they went so that they're not sitting on something randomly metal. Now we're done doing the ground. The line and then the neutral. So you've got your power cord here, then you've got your old power supply. And this one, the feed ground also grounds the heat sink on the back. And normally you would just adjust the voltage right here on this screw, but since this thing is worn out after all of these years, it is time for a new one. And so I'm going to go ahead and get this prepped here. Let me see if I can give you a better angle here. So go ahead and start getting these all pulled off. The nice thing about these is they're pretty well forgiving. So I'm going to take this one for the line. Line's going in right here. Almost dropped the screwdriver. Make sure the clamp gets lined up as well. I'm going to line up my neutral. And then I'm going to do my grounds. So generally, if your power supply on your claw machine has gone out, it is generally a pretty well straightforward swap. This one did not go out, but it is fluctuating. And with today's technology, especially the claw machine card readers, they need 12 volts. They can't be fluctuating below 12 volts, they will stop functioning. And that is what has happened with this one that I have. It's not functioning correctly, so it was causing improper readings to be sent to the card reader. So I'm going to pull out the rest of these screws so that way we can start getting everything reattached, because I keep dropping screws. The only screw I'm not worried about is the negative 5 volts. I don't need that one. So then in here we got all of our screws. I'm gonna set these right here, get these old ones out of the way. So we've got our positive 5 volts right here. then we've got a couple of our grounds. So I have 2 sets of ground wires. I'm going to use both sets. So this one originally had just the 2 on it, the 2 wires coming off of it, and then the ground for the power. So I'm going to connect it back the exact same way as to not cause problems. And then I'm going to connect the other ground same exact way. The wires may have moved a little bit from where their original orientation was, but it does not affect the functionality. LAI Games, I give them props for building a stable machine. This machine was built in about 2010 and is still running. Did I have to do some repairs to it when I got it? Yes, but that's mostly because of negligence on the previous operators, the way they were running it. So now we've got everything reattached here. I'm going to fish this back down here. And so since this is a little bit differently designed than the previous one, it doesn't exactly fit with the original screw holes. So I'm going to anchor it the best I can. So I've got 1 screw in here. On the front side, I'll pull those out of the way so you can see everything. So everything's reconnected the same way it originally was. I forgot a ground. We will take care of that right now. So I'll tap it off of this ground here. And that is the ground for the bridge diode, and that converts AC power to DC. So the motors that are on this machine are 48 volt AC motors. Well, to get AC voltage, to convert DC to AC, you got to have the diode. Well, the diode actually converts AC to DC and not the other way around. All right, now that we've got everything reattached here, everything's secured. This is secured down with 2 screws, 1 in the front, 1 in the back. We are now ready to restore power to the device. One thing I want to make note is that when you're putting these aftermarket power supplies in, there is, like on this one here, there is a switch inside here that switches between 115 volt and 230. If you're in the US, make sure it's on 115 or 110. That way, everything works. Good way to measure that and everything. So now we're ready to fire it back up. Machine's booting up. You can hear it in the background running its power on self-test. But the important thing is we want to test here, is our 12 volts still fluctuating? So I'm going to put it here on the 12 volt pin. and on the ground. So with everything running, we're about 11.6. So what I'm going to do is temporarily, I'm going to wedge these in here so it stays up. So we got 11.7. I'm going to take my screwdriver and just step it up a little bit at a time until I get the desired voltage. And I'm at 11.9. This depends on what's going on with the attract mode. So I'll turn it up just a little bit more. So I'm about 12.6. But it doesn't drop below 12.4, so I'll just bring it down just a smidgen. That way, everything stays happy. And as long as we stay above 12, we're good. So we're dipping to about 12.2. I can live with that. The machine is also, you've got your 5-volt light here, your 12-volt light here. Both of these are nice and steady. These are activity lights between all the components on the board here. Everything's happy here. And so we're all back up and running with a brand new power supply. Those are relatively easy to change. Just make sure you have a multimeter. It is your best friend. If you're doing your own repairs, make sure you have a multimeter. And I'll come back around here to the front of the machine so you can see the front. Forgive the mess of my garage. But here's our stack and grab back up and running. If you guys like these kind of repairs or content, please like and subscribe. Drop a comment down below. Let me know if this was informative for you. Catch you on the next one. Have a great day.